Oh, another day. We got up early, 5 o'clock, but it's now 6:30. It's been doing emails. Thanks to everybody been concerned about the earthquakes. Had a few earthquakes this morning actually here in Fayzabad up north. 2 that I felt. One where everybody was running into the streets, but now it's all quiet. Afghanistan isn't a city or isn't a place where people get up early. I find that a lot of Islamic countries, people get up early for prayer, 4 o'clock, 4:30 at sunrise, then go back to bed. But you can see how quiet it is at 6:30 in the morning. Compare that to what Sydney would be like, or Melbourne, or these sort of cities. It's still pretty quiet. All right, let's go on today. Another long drive across to Mazar-E-Sharif. That's not right. I can't even think. But further west onto the Uzbekistan border. So let's go. Oh, I'm just going through some money. I thought you'd see some stuff. This is 1,000 Afghanis. That's about 13, 14 US dollars. They tend to be quite new on the whole. These hundreds and everything gets used a lot. You can see how ripped the paper gets. This is a 100 note. It's quite cool actually. It's quite nice. These are more hundreds. You can see this one's all taped up. It's been ripped. It's a faded one, more faded ones. And then as you get to lower denominations, like 10, you see these get heavily used. So that's a 50. Here's a 10. These get heavily used and they get totally ripped. 20. Here's something I haven't seen before. So if you run out of money exchange, which you couldn't find, so I wanted to change to US dollars and all these lots of people on the road, but it's early. Just come to a petrol station and anybody will accept US dollars. Everybody knows that the rate is at 67.5 or 67 for a non-100, 67.5 to 68 at the moment for 100. And these guys in the petrol station here have lots of cash and they're like, no worries, we'll change your money. While I'm waiting, I'll show you where we're going. This is where we was the other day. Came down here. Now it's Fayzabad, where I am now. Going to come all the way around here to Kunz and then all the way to Mazar-E-Sharif, which is here. That's Uzbekistan, that's Tajikistan. So we're going the top of Afghanistan today. It's probably 10 hours drive or something, stopping along this area. A lot of gold miners around here, a lot of desert area, and this zone is, and I'm going to try to fish some of these rivers that come off these mountains. But we've had a few earthquakes and the water's been quite dirty, so I'm not sure how much fresh water is going to be in this area. But just going to check it out. All right, loads happening at the moment, so I'll just do a quick voiceover with a few snapshots above so you can see. You won't see the last one. Our car is so dirty that we're being pulled over all the time because there's a lot of opium smuggling in this area, and we've got quite a good car, which is there, and it's dirty. It looks like it's come from the market, from the areas, and so when they do chest testing for opium smuggling, and they bring the screwdrivers out, start to dismantle the doors and everything else. So yeah, a lot of tally action happening. And we've stopped just below us checkpoint. There's a checkpoint just up here, which obviously I'm not going to film, but here is the restaurant full of the local Taliban crowd. And we're sitting out here on this beautiful deck looking out over on this river. Now this river is right next to some incredible geological features. Never seen anything like it. These horizontal beds have been pushed vertically, not vertically, about 70 degrees, and looks amazing. And they're gold mining all the way down this valley. So a different sort of thing that I haven't seen before. Anyway, lots of bits going on and about to have breakfast. We just stopped. It's a magnificent place for breakfast. It's going to go on the map. On the app, it's so good. Reminds me of that place in Pakistan I stayed at, if you remember. There was a restaurant on the water just a bit above the big waterfalls. Those of you who were watching a year ago. Just one of those random beautiful places. Here it is. Doesn't look like much, but look at this. Look at this view. I thought I'm always cleaning up my mess. There it is. That's where I was sitting, looking out over this. I have to tell them to tidy up the rubbish there. Yeah, otherwise tourists won't come. I'll go meet the owner and tell him that now. Great job done. Apparently he worked for the UN and he understands about the rubbish, and he's going to put some rubbish bins just here to stop all these taxis that come up, but hopefully they can put the rubbish in. Slowly but surely we will tidy up Afghanistan and get this to be the #1 tourist place to come in Central Asia. That's the plan. It's only going to happen if all this rubbish gets tidied up. So after all the bumpy roads, we've had a bit of a problem with the ABS, and then the brakes seem to have failed a little bit. Anyway, so we're just trying to bush fix it on the side of the road here, and we've got 50 k's to go before we get to a garage, so hopefully we can get there. Of course, there's no roadside assist in these countries, so you just got to do what you can. Hello. All right, just parked the car outside Kunduz. The reason we're stopped here is because I want to get out. It's a very heavily Taliban area. I haven't yet got my permit for this region. I don't want to be stopped because there was a lot of fighting in here. Late 1990s, Taliban came in, took the town off the government forces, and then they would leave again. Eventually, when the Allies came in around America, this sort of area was controlled by Germany. Then there was a major international controversy where the Americans bombed and killed a lot of the Doctors Without Borders camp and the military hospital there, probably because they were supporting both sides, and which is what they do. But who knows? And then the Americans led an attack, took part of the town, a lot of street-to-street fighting. The clips you'll see above are heavily bombed, probably the heaviest part of war in the entire in the entire history of the most recent war, 20 years. I'm not sure about the Russian war. Then Taliban kept coming back in, but 2015 they had taken it and still continues fighting. There's a single road basically that goes north-south down to Kabul. That main road was held by government forces, but then Taliban would slowly put out checkpoints. Couldn't travel there at night, couldn't travel there mostly during the day. All the surrounding fields that we've just been traveling through, they are very heavy Taliban soldiers. Eventually this area was taken, and then and then this was the main drive all the way down to Kabul. So if you imagine Helmand province, a Kandahar province of the south, same sort of thing up here in the north, yeah, up in the Kunduz province. This road that I'm on here, we've just stopped for some grapes and some water, but no one's really traveled down this road since the war. I mean, maybe a few people have. It was a no-go zone for the Allies. It was a very heavily bombed area. Apparently lots of tank warfare here. Lots of tanks were destroyed. Thousands is what I heard. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but lots. It looks like flat, open tank warfare area. And they've all been cut up and sold to Pakistan, all the bits and pieces. So tonight's dinner is manto. There it is. It's like a great big dumpling here in Mazar-E-Sharif. It's one of their traditional dishes. It's a very Genghis Khan Mongolian type of dish. So I wonder if there's been an influence in here. I need to find out more history about it tomorrow. But at this point in time, after another long day of driving, I'm just going to eat up.